Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Team Funspire team call, starring Jessica Sproul. Jessica is part of Team Inspire, so if that's not enough to have together, I don't know what is, because it's so similar. She is a Lifetime Star Diamond, a 2014 SC All-Star, and she actually wrote an entire book called Transform the Mompreneur's Guide to Greatness, and I'm super excited to have her talk to us today, and I'm going to let her take it over from here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna. I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. As she said, my name is Jessica. I'm actually a coach on Katie's team. I'm one of her first coaches that she's had, so one of her first diamond coaches on her team. I've been with the business for about 5 years. So for about 4 years, I was actually working full-time. I was a director of a college preschool. I worked at a Head Start program for about 12 years. I have a master's degree in early childhood special education. And I never thought I would quit my career to become a network marketer. So things change when you start to see possibility, and you just start to see a different vision for your future. So I left my job about 1.5 years ago. So I've been coaching, I've been writing a book, I've kind of rebranded myself to include some coaching for women on the side of Beachbody as well. And I love it. I love working with women. I love helping people overcome some of the mindset blocks that are really keeping them stuck. So I am excited to talk to you guys about some of those. Tanya, were you raising your hand? Oh, okay. So I'm going to talk to you about belief, mindset, and overcoming setbacks. Over the years, I have seen so many amazing, capable women start this business only to quit. And that is so frustrating for me. Last year, I actually had this happen to me. I had signed a coach. She was super athletic. She was into like Spartan races. Beautiful gal. She had actually been on a TV show in Utah. And I thought, oh my gosh, she's going to be so amazing. She started out strong for like 2 weeks. She was on every single call. She was doing all the training. She was so engaged. And then all of a sudden, she was like, I'm starting to have a lot of fear about putting myself out there with the business. And so I talked to her about fear. I talked to her about personal development. I tried to get on calls with her, and all of a sudden, she was just gone. And she's still a coach, but I haven't talked to her. Like, she doesn't return my messages. She's kind of gone. And of course, when this happens to you, I don't know if you guys have ever lost a coach before, but it's going to happen. It's okay. But you take it personal at first before you realize that this is an internal issue with people and it's not a reflection on you. So don't let it be something that makes or breaks you. It's going to happen. But after this happened, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is it? Is it the training? No, we have a ton of training. We have so many tools, so much support out there. Is it the products? Heck no, we have amazing products. So what is it? Why do people start? Why do they quit? So I decided to actually write a book to address some of these issues. And I really came to the conclusion that it's a lack of belief and or a major life setback that causes people to decide that they can't do this anymore. And we all know that life is going to happen. It's life, right? We have loss. We experience some type of trauma, some type of pain, some type of disappointment, a business setback. Somebody quits, a customer cancels their Shakeology, somebody tells you no, maybe you get in the mompreneur funk, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but you are going to experience setbacks. How many of you, like show of hands, how many of you have ever experienced some type of trauma or setback loss in your life? Yeah, every single one of us. And if we haven't, that is amazing, but you need to prepare yourself because it's life and we go through some of those things that I just talked about. So unfortunately, I have experienced all of the above, which I share in great detail in my book. I have a pretty traumatic past with domestic violence and a lot of issues surrounding that. But it's not our past that defines us. And unfortunately, so many of us carry baggage from the past and allow that to influence our mindset for the present and influence our belief in ourselves. Okay. And if we don't have belief in ourselves, whenever we come across a little tiny bump in the road, we allow that to be our excuse. We allow that to let fear take over and we quit. Okay. So what do we do about it? How do we create a mindset of unwavering belief? And I'm going to tell you that I really believe that my mindset of unwavering belief that I was meant for something bigger and that this business is a true gift is what has kept me going over the years. Because along this 5-year journey, I have had marriage issues the whole time, which that is finally coming to a head now. So it's either do or die. But Tanya knows I've had issues with my marriage. I lost a pregnancy. I had a tubal pregnancy where I had to get emergency surgery. Just a lot of trauma and I don't want to say hardship, but a lot of things to impact my belief in the business. And I knew that even though I was doubting myself, like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I can keep coaching. Like, I've had all those things go through my head. But what stops me from actually acting on that is that knowing inside that I was meant for something bigger. That knowing that just beyond this struggle is something amazing. And I feel like we have to build that belief. We have to commit to doing mindset work every single day. So when I started coaching, I didn't believe in personal development. This was like something that I was like, I can do my workout, I can invite, and I don't have time to read books. After I did my master's, I was like, I'm never going to read another freaking book in my life. Like, I'm done. So, me either. Yeah. I was like, I am done with reading, no more. And I just refuse to read books. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not going to read anymore. Like, I literally didn't want to read another book. So about 2 years in, I was making progress. I think maybe I had hit diamond or I had hit some rank, maybe ruby. And I thought, why is everybody else making so much money? Why is everybody else doing so amazing in their business? And what am I not doing? And personal development was that one thing that I had been avoiding that I just plain didn't do. And so I committed to doing personal development. Well, what do you know? I ended up being the person who loved it so much that I decided to write my own book on personal development, right? Okay. So I love it. I have to do my personal development every single day. I'm addicted, and it has helped me create that winner mindset. It has helped me realize that I can accomplish big things. I've had writing a book on my goal list for like 2 years. I finally did it because I knew that I was capable of it. And when you know, you're more likely to act and make things happen. So in order to create a positive mindset, you have to work on that every single day. I believe that your focus should be getting yourself in a feel-good state all the time. It's so important. If you're feeling down in the dumps and you're having all kinds of feelings of self-doubt and limiting beliefs, and I don't think I can do this, and I don't want to invite because people are just going to tell me no, and what if they tell me no, and I'm going to feel so stupid, and all of these things. I know what goes through your head when you go to invite people to join your business. You don't believe that they're going to join you. That's why you have fear. You don't believe that this business is freaking amazing and that it is an absolute gift. That's why you have fear. When you can shift that belief in your head and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this business is a gift. And I didn't realize this until I started seeing the rewards of actually working this business. I remember telling my husband, I just made like $585. I just paid my car payment. And this was probably maybe 2 years in. And he was like, oh, wow. Like, he started to believe. I started to believe. And together it was like, okay, maybe this is a true opportunity. But when you can shift your thoughts, okay, what if you only bring in $200 a month? What if your coach can only bring in $200 a month? If that coach is struggling to put food on the table, is struggling to put lights on in their house, $200 a month is a freaking blessing. But yet we devalue that. We don't think it's important. We don't place enough value on what we do and what we have to offer. So I just want you guys to kind of think about that. My little boy needs me to sign something really quick. Okay. The joys of being a mompreneur, right? At least he's not screaming. Close the door, babe. Thank you. Okay. So if you are approaching this business with that lack of belief or fear or doubt, that is the vibration that you are putting out there to your potential clients. Okay. So if you have those fear feelings and you have those thoughts about you're not worthy or this is stupid and nobody's going to want to join me, those are the people that you are going to attract into your business. You will attract people who are fearful. Do fearful people take leaps in their life? Do fearful people believe that maybe they could be a successful Beachbody coach? And do fearful people want to do something to better their life? Are they ready to make an investment? Absolutely not. So if those are the type of people that you're coming across in your business, instead of looking at that they're not joining you and this isn't going to work, think about your mindset. If you truly believe that this is a gift and you are just vibrating with these high vibes, these feel-good thoughts, and this belief that what you have is amazing, and you're excited to put it out there, you're excited to share with them, you're going to start attracting people who are a reflection of that vibration. So people who are motivated, people who are happy, people who are driven, and those are the people that you want in your business. Those are the people that are going to start telling you yes. Those are the people that are going to see this business and know that it is an amazing opportunity. And those are going to be the people that are going to be your rock star coaches. So it is critical to lift your vibration before you do anything else. When I'm feeling shitty, and believe me, I have been feeling shitty a lot lately. I'm dealing with adrenal fatigue and all kinds of crazy stuff. So this year has been really hard. I don't work when I'm feeling like crap. When my mindset is off, I just don't work because I know that my vibration is not going to do anything positive for me. I focus on feeling better. I focus on lifting my vibration. I focus on doing things that make me feel better. Okay. So I want you guys to all take about 2 minutes right now to think about everything that makes you feel amazing. What is it that lifts your vibration? What is it that makes you feel good? What lights you the hell up? What is that? So I'm going to let that 2 minutes start now. So list about 10 things, okay? And then after we're done, we're going to go around and share our top 5. Okay, does anyone want to start? Jenna, do you want to start?
I was going to say I'll volunteer and go. So really funny because I had a really hard time coming up with 10 because I have like those top ones that usually like do the trick, you know. Exercising for me, like just getting moving, it's not necessarily like workout, but even getting up and going for a walk, just any kind of movement and exercise. Listening and reading personal development. So when I feel down, I try to find like a mindset book or, you know, You Are a Badass Energy Bus type book. My animals, so Ernie, Maddie, and Jammer, just like being able to snuggle with them. They usually make me feel better, or I watch Ernie's tail wag a bunch. My team, I love them so much. Like seriously, when I'm feeling down, like I'll talk to Karen on a Tuesday and like Karen will be like, well, I don't feel so great. And I'm like, really? Because you just made my day. And then Sydney is like a big part of that too. I love talking to her every day and all of her gifts on our Facebook chats and everything like that. So I would say those are my top 5.
Awesome. All right, who wants to go next? Karen? Okay, you're muted.
Okay. I don't know if Jenna had like me master muted or if I could mute myself or unmute myself. One of mine is really like a top one for me, but is also just kind of always in the background, is that it makes me happy to feel like I'm getting anywhere with paying off debt. I have some credit card debt from when I was unemployed fairly recently, and student loan debt. I have my master's as well, and so student loan debt is always hovering. But helping others makes me feel really wonderful, feeling like I'm having an impact on people. And kind of connected to that is bringing positivity into the world. I know that Miley loves on Wednesdays, I always post something ridiculous and stupid on Facebook because it makes me happy and it makes other people happy. And so I just tried to do my part. Taking care of myself and my loved ones, just in like a broad sense, but kind of narrowing that down. Being active makes me happy. I know that sometimes when I'm feeling down, working out is like the last thing that I think I want to do. But if I actually force myself to do it, or not even just like Jenna was saying, not even necessarily working out, like just being active, I feel better. Just even going for a walk, I'm like, okay, I got my blood moving and I feel better now. Music makes me really happy. Listening to music, singing, all that stuff makes me really, really happy. And then just getting to spend time with loved ones, whether they are human or canine.
I love that helping people is such a big part of your life, that fills you up so much.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Who's next? Lisa, do you want to go next?
Sure, I can go next. I don't mind. One of the biggest things for me is actually seeing my children smile. Being outside, no matter what it's doing, walking, riding a bike, rollerblading, just being out in the fresh air. Giving somebody else a compliment and seeing them, like how they react to it, you know, their smiles, and that always uplifts me. Also, music, like I have a theme song I listen to when I'm kind of feeling down, and it just reminds me that I still have a fight in me and I'll, you know, get back on top. So that kind of helps me. And then also talking with my sisters. They're very supportive and very usually upbeat. So, and they usually can look outside of the box and try to come up with different ideas and things if I'm feeling down. So those probably are my top ones.
I love the theme song.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple actually I listen to. I like that, you know, that's my fight song, and then the Rocky Balboa song. So Eye of the Tiger gets me going.
Who wants to go next? Tanya?
Okay, so for me, my things that like lift up my vibration and make me feel really good are anything that involves generating energy. So movement. I love dancing. I do love to exercise, but if I want to lift my vibration, it's yoga. So it's some of that, more slow stuff. I love music, and I've learned that music I have a lot of things where there's a song that will take me to a certain place in my life or time in my life. But if I don't have, if I find a song that I don't have experience with, or like a location experience, that I find myself choreographing things in my head and dancing in my head. And so it's kind of stress relieving, because it knocks all that nasty self-talk, bad things that have gone on, whatever, knocks it out of my head. And I get to just focus on whatever I need to. Anyway, I am a huge mountain fan. I love trees and nature, so I love to be able to get out in the wilderness and do all of that. I love to meet and talk with new people. So anytime I travel, I will talk to cab drivers. A lot of times I travel for work alone, so I will go to dinner alone, and I will just start talking to anyone who happens to be some poor lone soul that sits next to me or is the bartender or anything. And I'm talking, and I'm getting their life history, their story, and I love it. And so for me, those are all things that are really good vibrations and lifters. And I love to be able to, obviously, definitely my personal development. I'm just like Jessica in that I'm addicted to it. I listen to it every day when I'm getting ready for work. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm reading as often as I can, which is almost daily. And then another thing that has really been helpful to me has been meditation. I started that practice not too long ago. And, even if I can just get like 5 minutes in a day, that may be all I get that day, but it has done so much for me, even to keep myself grounded and centered, because I recognize when things are starting to spin out of control, and I can just more quickly ground myself and be right back to where I need to be. So that's another thing that has been really awesome with helping me feel good. And then another thing that I have a little bit more recently learned is I have always struggled with trusting myself. So, and other people too. I have big trust issues, let me just tell you guys. But trusting myself and trusting that I'm doing the right thing, making the right choice. And, what I've really, a lot of that has come through personal development for me. But what has been helpful is it puts me in a space where I am able to, I guess, figure things out, trust myself that I have the ability to figure things out. And then once I kind of make those decisions and know that that's the right way to go, I dig into that and I stick with it, and I don't change my mind. And so just trusting myself that that's all okay and safe and all of that stuff, that's another thing that really kind of lifts me up when I have to just kind of recenter, refocus, and remind myself that I've got this. So those are my things.
Somehow we lost Jessica.
I scared her away. She's like, no.
Well, while she tries to hop back on, Miley or Sydney, one of you want to go next and share your top 5 things that help recenter you and put out those good vibes? Miley, you can unmute yourself.
Did that work?
There you go, Miley.
Sorry, I don't usually do this on my phone, and I just got in the door. So 5 things. Big one is Disneyland. I'm not going to lie. It's like fantastic. We go all the time, probably like 3 times a month. And I love it. The second one are both of my children. Even when they're being the biggest shits in America, it's like, it always grounds me and brings me back to why I do all the things that I do, because they are fantastic. Third one definitely stood out as I was driving home. Sunsets, like anytime I just need to reflect on all the things that are beautiful, San Diego is the best place for sunsets, and so I sometimes just take a walk outside, look at the sunset, and come back in. And my daughter had even said, "Mommy, I want to paint you a picture." Am I getting choppy again? Oh, okay. I want to paint you a picture of the sunsets because I know how much you love them. So sunsets are a big one. The beach, again, living in San Diego, I think, I picked a good city to live in. So the beach always lifts me up. The mountains.
That time you froze if you're still there. So, are you still there? Yeah.
Okay, how's that? Okay, sorry. Being in a classroom every day with the fantastic kids that I work with, when they walk in the door with hugs and "Mrs. Louie," like that is enough. And maybe 5 minutes later, they're kicking the crap out of me or spitting on me or pulling my hair or whatever. But I guess it kind of ties into what Tanya was saying and what Karen was saying, just really being able to help people and know that what I've chosen to do on a daily basis does impact somebody's life. I know Jenna and I have talked, like, do I want to teach forever? Because there's parts of teaching that super duper suck. And when I'm in the classroom, that makes me happy. So those are my 5 things.
So do you teach special ed too?
I do. I teach TK, K, and first grade, all students with autism. It's actually how I met Jenna, was in our, the credential or master's program, Jenna?
The master's program.
Yeah, that one.
But then we did she and I did like every special ed course that San Diego State had to offer. So, I mean, it started in the master's program though. She was one of my first friends when I moved out to San Diego.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right,
So,
Sydney.
3 women in special ed, or Karen, what's your master's in?
Were you unmuting me at the same time? I don't know what just happened. I have my master's in school counseling. I used to work at the high school level.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Sydney, you're up, girl.
Hopefully my dogs won't yell. So for me, things that make me super happy are, I'm a huge fan of making a fool of myself in public. When it's in front of my friends, because they get super embarrassed, and that's like super awesome for me. So that's one. My husband and my family are another one. I mean, they're just awesome all around. My dogs, who are going to start yelling here in about 5 seconds, so I'm going to hurry. Music, and how many was that? 4? What was my other one? And my friends, teammates, non-teammates, Jenna, who is super awesome and always makes me laugh.
Did you write it on a whiteboard?
Maybe.
That's a good idea. No,
I'm meal prepping right now, so.
All right, we got everybody, right?
Yeah, we got everybody.
So, I mean, this seems like such a simple activity. Like, okay, everybody knows like what makes them feel good, right? But it's kind of crazy. When I left my job, I actually didn't know. I had no idea who the hell I was, what lit me up. And when I was working, like, I didn't have time to let my mindset get the best of me. Like, what got the best of me was having no time, right? So I was always busy, just go. And I'm like, when I quit, it was like, let me see, we're going to get, hold on. We're going to get cut off. Anyway, okay, so I'll skip that. But we only have about 4 more minutes, so I'm going to skip that. Anyway, I didn't know who I was, and I really had to figure it out, and it's helped so much in creating this positive mindset and moving forward. But what do we do when we experience a setback? Okay, when something does happen in our business or in our life and we're like, oh crap, like I don't know what's going on. Your emotions get the best of you. You're just, you start to have all of these limiting beliefs and you don't know if you can move forward. The thing is that you have to be aware, okay? Us being on this call, us preparing ourselves with personal development, having solid routines, like my morning routine, having a gratitude journal has been super keeping me focused on what's going well, because we can always have things that go wrong, but if we can focus on what's going right, even if it's just something as simple as hugging your kid or looking at the sunset and being grateful for that, you can overcome whatever setbacks you're experiencing, okay? So, and I'll share with Jenna what I do for my gratitude journal so that she can post that in you guys' team page or whatever. But that practice has helped me. I write about what I'm thankful for, what I'm thankful in advance for, and then I write positive affirmations every morning. And when I look back on my journal, everything that has happened in my life, quitting my job, selling my house, buying a new house, my daily routine, everything that I have been thankful in advance for has actually happened. So being aware, making sure that you're focusing on mindset work, and then knowing that whatever happens in your life, that it's a part of your story, that there's a reason for it. Whatever it is that, comes up from your past, for me, it was domestic violence. My boyfriend, about 16 years ago, my daughter's father, nearly choked me to death. And that still haunts me. I still have to live with that pain, but I've learned that it doesn't have to impact me anymore. It doesn't have to be a part of my relationships or how I respond to anything, but it is a part of my story that I'm sharing with other people. I write about it in my book. I talk about it on calls. And now I know, like, maybe it was for me to develop empathy at a deeper level, to be able to connect with women, to be able to share my story and give other people hope. So that's what I want to share and to end with, to think about whatever's happened in your past and to approach any future setbacks with the knowing that it's not permanent, that you will make it through and that it will become part of your story. Okay. So that's it. I will end there.
Jessica, thank you so much. That was awesome. I loved what you said about the fear, of them saying no, stopping our belief, because that really what it is you're so scared of that no, and that's where the fear comes from. And I never thought about that, and I just love that. That was one of my favorite pieces. Before we get cut off real fast, I'm going to stop recording.